Hey folks, how's it going? I hope you're well and welcome to this video, which is a bit of a catch-up video. So I had filmed a couple of videos which would have been uploaded and going live and stuff, but the comments that I was getting on videos I wasn't able to, the video that followed on from the previous video I'd already shot by the time that video gone live. So I'm gonna skip those videos and just do an instant catch-up kind of thing. So what's happened so far? Well, the floor has gone. The floor's gone completely. I got rid of, or the flooring rather, not the floor, obviously. So the laminate flooring, I got rid of that. And underneath that, there was sort of like a plastic sheet. There was sort of like a little bit of, tiny bit of foam, and a plastic sheet with sort of a silver, or in some places it was still silver, a reflective sheet that's kind of like I guess it was a thermal barrier, and that was on top of some sand that had been put on the concrete flooring in order to give it some sort of level kind of level it off, so the flooring was level, but the sand was damp. So when all the water was coming in from the roof or dripping in from the roof, it was going into the sand, going through the floor, going into the sand, and then it didn't have any way of drying out. So I got rid of all the sand. I'll show you. So that's the sand that came from the garage floor. Another thing that has happened is there was a drain down here. Got some before shots. So that's the after. So the drain is now repaired, or at least it's leveled off. Hopefully, well, not leveled. It's still hopefully a slope, and it will run water off, and it won't pool or anything like that. And there's no way into the sort of, well, it will go away from the building. It'll be kept away from the door and the doorway. So that's the idea. But I've also cleared out a lot of stuff, so it makes it easier to do things. So that's done. Noggins wise, noggins are all completed. There's one noggin there. I've run out of screws that I used, but that's about it. So there's that one. I've got another one to do, which I have one piece of wood left, which will fit. Another thing I'm trying to work out is, so this is 11 days. In 11 days time, the front door and the flooring starts getting laid. But I need to put in, I think I need to put in a damp-proof membrane. So I bought a sheet, a 4 meter by 15 meter sheet. So if I'd chopped that in half, I could have laid it down. But I'm thinking the extra cost of some rubber-based sort of paint, using that as a damp-proof membrane, there's products out there that do it. You can get sort of epoxy resin, which is really an expensive thing, and you have to prep it and you have to do everything. Or there's this rubber-based paint stuff that you can get, that you just paint down, and it can go on damp concrete and damp bricks and everything, and it essentially just does what a plastic sheet would do, but it does it, it's better. It's a bit more expensive. I think it's not hugely expensive in the grand scheme of things. I think by the time, if I wanted to coat the whole floor with it, it would be about 200 something pounds. So with the money I've spent on this already and will spend on it, then it's not a great expense, and it means everything's covered, and it means there's a barrier between, there's just a barrier between damp coming through the walls and the floor and the new flooring. So I think because this part is below the ground level on the other side of the wall, this is only sort of like a single layer of brick, so I think it would benefit from a damp-proof kind of membrane going there. So paint, I think, is the way to go. It's kind of crumbly, but you can, it says you can paint this stuff on damp concrete, damp brickwork, flaky stuff, everything. It doesn't matter, you just slap it on, and well, it's rubberized. It's kind of like it's like a liquid, I think you can buy it for roofing as well and stuff like that. So there's similar products like that, but it just basically makes it waterproof. So I think I will do that. But yeah, I need to still come up with an idea of what I'm doing with these sheets, whether they're coming off completely or I'm just chopping. I could chop off the bottom just to see what's going on there and then replace the bottom part of it. The walls, I still need to work out what I'm doing. The gold standard of kind of insulated plasterboard is Kingspan, but you can only buy it in packs of 12, and I think I only need about 16 or 17 sheets, 17 probably. So if I bought 2 packs of 12, obviously I'd have 24, so I'd have like, well, 17, 18 sheets I maybe need, but so I'll probably have about six or 7 sheets left over. I suppose I could sell them on, but that's, you know, you're hoping someone needs 5, 6, 7 sheets of Kingspan, and it's 50 mil insulation stuff. So, but it's really good stuff. It's like, you know, it's, if you want a building like this insulated well and it's going to be vapor resistant and stuff, then Kingspan makes the stuff to do that. There's another thing called Knauf. Don't know how you pronounce it. It's Knauf, but that's useful. Yeah. So I think Nick Roberts made a comment about how to put plasterboard on the roof, or the ceiling rather, and it's kind of, you can get sort of things that help. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, it sort of helps. It gives you basically extra pairs of arms, really, and you can put it up solo. Another option to plasterboard that's been suggested is using cladding, ceiling cladding, just plastic stuff. That would be a lot more manageable. I think it might be a bit more expensive though, so I need to look at that. But I think the flooring, if I can get, I'll talk to the flooring guys this week and just mention the damp-proof membrane and see if they have any problem with that. I can't see any issues with it, especially if it's a rubber paint. And it'll just seal off the concrete floor. I think it's just a better way of doing it. So yeah, I will seek advice on that, whether it's worth putting a damp-proof membrane in anyway. I think all the damp has basically either come from the roof leaking when it was leaky, or the doorway, which is obviously completely failed, and there'd be water coming in through there. So since I cleared the laminate flooring and I cleared the sand that was on here, this is all dried out. So you can see a little bit, I can still see little bits of damp spots, slightly darker, but they are drying out as even in, I mean, it's been raining for a week or two here. So, and it's all drying out. So this is a pretty nice dry building, really. Yeah, so there you go. So this is kind of a catch-up video I just did, so that now all the comments that are being made I can if I'm doing a next video, then I'll be able to yeah, it'll make sense, because the timeline will be right again. I was ill a couple of weeks ago with food poisoning, and then let's see, on Thursday, somehow I managed to do my ankle on Thursday. Today is Sunday, so, and I was in A&E on Friday because they sent me to A&E, basically the NHS, to get an X-ray and stuff, but it turned out it was just sort of inflammation of my ankle for some reason. So I've lost a few days of work on the garage, at least, just due to stuff happening, but nearly there. So yeah, it's 11 days time. The doors and the floor should be getting fitted and everything, but I'll try and see if I need to get the damp-proof membrane in, but or whether, yeah, and then I need to work out what to do with the walls and the ceiling. I probably will get I need to try and find an electrician and stuff to do the lighting and the sockets, just to make sure it's all getting done properly, and it will look good if someone does it. I think I've got the budget for it anyway. I should have. So yeah, but it's all coming along. So this is a catch-up video. It's not. There were 2 other videos that were me trying to work out what to do with various stuff, but I thought I'd just do a quick catch-up video, and then it all makes sense, and then you're up to date with everything I'm doing, because I was running behind video-wise. But yeah, this is now up to date. So there you go. It feels like a garage at the moment again, so it's kind of, when I pulled up the floor, it was like, I didn't want to pull up the floor because it still felt like a room that I could use, but had to be done, obviously, just to get everything ready for the new floor. So so I am tempted just to rip off one. Yeah, I mean, I just with all the mess and everything that was here previously that I've got rid of, I just put it in the car and got rid of it. So if I do take down all this plasterboard, then all this plasterboard, then it will be going in the back of my car as well, which is, I suppose, could probably do in about 3 runs. So it wouldn't be too bad. And then, oh, one thing, yeah, I've got to try and remember what I said in these other 2 videos that I'm not going to post. But I pulled sort of like some of these sheets down. So this sheet, and it was, because it was bowed, it was sloping outwards, and I wanted to find out why. And basically, it's just the wall is not flat. So in order to correct that on some of these, and if I try and put Kingspan on a wonky wall, it's not going to work. Because obviously you want a flat surface. So the only way to correct that would be to take the battens off and then put them horizontally rather than vertically, top and bottom, and then try and fix something in between. Yeah, try and work out a way of doing that so it's actually a flat surface, because it needs to be a flat surface. But so there is problems like that as well. So there's a few things I need to look at, but it's coming along. It's nearly there. But like I say, 11 days time, new doors and the floor goes in. So that's exciting. And then I also will, as soon as that happens, I'll be getting everything out of storage, just to save money on the storage costs, because that means the money I save on the storage I'll have money to spend on this as well then. So that's it. That's the plan. That's the catch up. Yeah, it's kind of long. It's and it will be nearly there. We'll have Lego. Well, in the next 2 weeks, there'll be Lego here again. Not necessarily be able to build anything yet, because I need to make sure the ceiling and the walls are in. But yeah. Are we there? Oh, one thing I still have to do is the woodworm treatment, so I'll do that this week in the evenings. I can do that now. It's all, I've managed to clear it out a lot, so I've got a lot more space and I can move around fairly freely. And so yeah, there's that to do still, but that's it really. Yeah, there you go. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and if you've got any ideas on the walls, then make a comment, because that'll be useful. Because I know some people have already done this, have experience of stuff like this, or are in the process of doing something a lot bigger. And I appreciate all the comments, and I do seem to be flip-flopping sometimes when I'm trying to make decisions. I think I do have the budget to just take off this plasterboard. I'm probably just procrastinating and hoping that I don't have to, because it'll look more like a garage again, and also it's the cost of replacing it, I suppose. But I think I know that I need to do that anyway. I bought some really cool screws for anchoring. These are self-tapping screws for anchoring battens into the breeze blocks and stuff. So I just have to drill a hole and then just screw those in. So. But I think even if I take the plasterboard off, the battens will be fine. So I won't have to buy too many replacement battens. I can use the existing ones. But yeah, so that's that. So a few problems to solve, but otherwise it's coming along. And yeah, I think realistically, I mean, if the floor goes in less than 2 weeks, then maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks. I'd say a month and a half, and this place should be fully up and running. That's what I'm going to say. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.